My name is Carmen Bayan, and I am the Program Manager of the Community Services stream of the City of Hamilton's City Enrichment Fund. This video will walk you through step-by-step how to complete the Community Services CEF application form for this year. The first section of the application form is called the General Information Form. On the very first page of the General Information Form, applicants are reminded that it is their responsibility to make sure that they have consulted the program-specific handbook for the area to which they are applying. And we ask that you acknowledge that you have reviewed that CEF program handbook. The reason is that score is dependent on how well an applicant completes the application form, and following the program handbook is extremely important. The next page asks you to identify what program area are you specifically applying to. Because you're listening to this video, you are selecting the Community Services program area. It is worth noting though, however, just because an applicant applies to Community Services, it does not mean that an applicant cannot apply to any of the other streams if they choose to. This question is a general question based on our desire to collect some data on EDI, equity, diversity, and inclusion, and it asks you to identify the target groups that fit this criteria for your program. Please complete following the instructions. Please complete this question that asks you to identify EDI representation on your board. The Community Services program has 8 funding categories. Please read the note that is directly under Community Services. If you are applying to CEF for a program for which you have never received funding from Community Services before, you will apply through the Emerging Needs and Program Innovation stream. For those applicants who were in the Emerging Needs and Program Innovation stream last year and received funding, you may apply to whatever category above that best fits your program. To be eligible to receive funding through the Community Services stream of a City Enrichment Fund, there are 3 criteria that need to be met. Your organization must be incorporated as a not-for-profit in the province of Ontario. Your activity or program must serve the residents of the City of Hamilton. And thirdly, the program or activity must be funded to be operating year-round. The next section of the application is the Organization Information Form. Just as a bit of a tip, just want to remind folks that this is a new feature this year, and if you completed an application with us last year, and you are reapplying for the same program, you have the opportunity to reuse data from your previous year's application. To do so, just select Add Data. This section on the Organization Information Form collects some basic demographic data on you as the applicant. Please complete all of the section. Just as another tip, if the person that you identified on the previous slide as an email is not the person who the program manager should contact if they have questions specific just to the application, you may wish to consider adding an additional contact person for your organization. If you would like to add an additional contact person, please do so here so that questions can be quickly answered from the program manager. Please provide us with your organization's full name, your head office address, and your mailing address if it is different than your head office address. Please provide us with the date that your organization was established by using the drop box. Also, please select all that apply in terms of the legal status of your organization. Please note that if you select for-profit or you select that individual artist or collective, or the last one, unincorporated group with not-for-profit goals and governance structure, you are not eligible to receive funding through the City Enrichment Fund for the Community Services stream. Please provide us with your organization's mandate or mission statement. Also, please provide us with a brief history of your organization. Please note, if you are applying to the Community Services Program stream, we also would like to know how long the program for which you are applying has been operational. The next section of the application is the Program Information Form and Program Category Specific Questions. Please provide us with the full name of the program. Also indicate whether or not you received funding for this program last year. We ask that you indicate the grant or funding amount requested for this year. Also, please confirm that you have consulted the guidebook and know that this figure is in line with the maximum available for this stream. And also, please provide us with the total program budget for this program. Please provide us with a brief summary of your program. The information provided in this box will be public. Please write this section as if the reader is not familiar with your program at all. Try and avoid any acronyms and spell out words people might not know. Next, provide us a detailed description of your program. Please be mindful, as per the CS guidebook, to please include the following. 1. Length of time in years the program has been operational, even though you may have included the information in the organization information section. Include specific information on target group, program location, and hours of availability. 3. Program statistics. If your program directly serves people, please provide the total number of clients you have served until September 30th of the current year, and a projection as to how many clients you anticipate serving the following year. If your program is an indirect service, you must still provide program statistics so adjudicators can adequately assess your program. Specify how funding from a City Enrichment Fund will be used. Specifically, ensure you indicate exactly how funds will be used. For example, will the funds be used for staffing? Indicate percentage of full-time equivalent and position, program supplies, or subsidized costs. Be sure to specify on what areas funding will be spent and the proportion of the program budget CEF funding will cover for each item. For example, 0.5 of a staff person or 10% of program supplies, etc. Next, we want to know how will your program increase community participation, and we're looking at you to think about how your program contributes to participant inclusion by reducing barriers based on economic, social, language, gender, physical, or other conditions. Answer this question as it relates specifically to the program to which you are applying for. To be consistent and facilitate evaluation, we are looking for alignment with the following equity-seeking groups: Indigenous communities, persons with disabilities, Francophones, newcomers and immigrants, refugees, ethno-racial communities, LGBTQ community, geographically underserved areas, low-income individuals or families, and women. In preparing your detailed response, please consider and describe policies, training, program delivery, physical space, location, and referral process. Community services applicants are only required to provide 3 outcome measures. Please do not include a 4th as it will not be adjudicated. Another tip: try to focus on outcome impacts as opposed to process impacts that only measure program participation. Also, don't repeat your program statistics and make sure the outcomes here are relevant to your program only and not the organization. Also, be sure to try and quantify outcomes either quantitatively in numbers or qualitatively through words through program evaluations. Although not indicated on the question, please include any data results if available. Fuller reports could be submitted as additional uploaded attachments. Please tell us about your formal and informal program partnerships and how these partnerships enhance your program activities. The Community Services stream is looking for formalized, with an MOU, types of partnerships, collaborations, and would like to also know which specific networks, planning tables, working groups, etc. you are involved in that enhance the ability of your program. List the team members that will ensure your program is well managed and help you to achieve your goals. What we're looking for here is a list describing who from the organization or community will actually be implementing the program, whether it's staff, volunteer, peers, seconded staff, etc., and why the organization chose to implement the program in this way. Please be sure to indicate how the individuals implementing will contribute to the success of your program. Please tell us how your program will help enrich the city. Specifically, we are looking for the three following items. 1, a description of the local community need for your program. 2, evidence to support the need, which could include any specific local, provincial, or national statistics, best practice evidence or program evaluations. And 3, a description as to how the program delivery method is best suited to deliver this program. Community vision. Please tell us which of the following community priorities align with your program. So what we're looking for you to do here is 1, identify the community priority that best fits the program, select more than one if applicable, describe how the program fits that priority, including making reference to specific actions, etc. For a tip, please be sure to also describe if the program is aligned with any other specific City of Hamilton master plans, action plans, or strategies. Consult the guidebook for other relevant plans or strategies. There is only one question that is Program Information Form category specific for community services. This question asks you to identify the policies and procedures your organization has. So what we want to make sure that you do is, if you are answering yes to any of these questions, you will get the opportunity to provide a date using the drop box. Unfortunately, the system doesn't understand when you say no that you're not going to be required to put a date. We ask that you put a date anyway, just so you won't get an error message when you try to submit your application. Emerging needs applicants to the Community Services Program stream must complete this question to demonstrate their alignment with another one of the Community Services funding categories. Please complete these questions. The last sections on the Community Services application form are the program budget and attachments. Please use the following 3 steps to help you build your program budget. Program budget. The CEF program budget is separated into 3 main distinct sections: revenue, expenses, and budget summary. Applicants are required to complete the application in its entirety, providing projected values for the current funding year and actuals for the prior reporting year. Attachments. Please remember to include at least the 3 mandatory attachments required for the Community Services application: Board of Directors, audited financial statements, and the annual report. All other attachments are optional, but you're free to upload them if you like. Well, this is the end of the presentation on how to complete the CEF form for the Community Services stream. If you have any more questions, please feel free to reach out. My name is Carmen Bayan, and I'm the Community Services Program Manager. I can be reached at 905-973-4861 or via email at csgrant@hamilton.ca. Best of luck to all of you. Thank you.